Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now we know the kind of language and the choice of word that Gachagua has always used, especially when he is in the Mount Kenya region, in an attempt to describe Raila Odinga as he tried to sell his politics to the mountain. Of course, at one point it was fashionable to accuse Raila Odinga, to rebuke him, to abuse him, to make comedy, to mock him. It was fashionable at one point. And we know very well that Raila is now focusing on the African Union Commission chair. That's where his mind is. And of course, by that move, he will leave local politics. So in this move, there is a need of replacement of a gap. But Kenyans are not sure who is going to replace that gap here in Kenya. And so today, Bob Owino and Rigathi Gachagua were in Mount Kenya region attending a burial function. And to be specific, this was happening in Nyeri, Gachagua's home county. So Bob Owino got a chance to address the mourners and Gachagua directly. So he's appealing to Gachagua that in as much Raila Odinga is exiting local politics, he's heading to Addis Ababa. As Baba leaves, Bob Owino is taking over. Therefore, there is no vacuum that is going to be left. There will be no vacuum. So with that move, he is promising Gachagua that the exit of Raila Odinga is not an end to protest. That there is going to be protest in Nyeri if they are going to continue to overtax Kenyans. That he is going to lead protest in Nyeri if farmers have not been paid well. When you talk about the coffee farmers, tea farmers, among other issues, Babu Owino is promising Gachagua that he will be leading protest in Mount Kenya region. Listen to him shortly. Now, as we continue with the panel discussion, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our return subscribers, master, thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, if we have such kind of leaders like Bob Owino, Edwin Sifuna, Senator Ledema Olekina, among others, leading the opposition, I'm telling you, if given a chance, these leaders are proving that they can lead revolution in this country because they know how to express themselves, they know how to argue, they are fearless, they can lead, they are learning from Raila Odinga, and they believe in the kind of leadership that Raila Odinga was pushing for. Raila has pushed for the reform agenda. Therefore, he is a reformist. And these three, together with others, have been learning under the feet of Raila Odinga. So, if we have such leaders taking over the mantle of leadership, because leadership is never given, you have to take it, you have to claim it, you have to emerge. If you are waiting for endorsement, it will not happen. You first show that you are ready, you are capable, and you should even grab it where necessary. Then from there, wale wataona unaongoza, unaonyesha mwelekeo na wataanza kukufuata. So Babu Owino is really struggling so much to take that role of leadership. But Babu Owino has a platform, he has a following, he has a message to the youth. His slogans have been selling and has been an inspiration to many youth in this country. So he has a constituency that he controls. Therefore, he holds to the grip of politics in this country. He can plan a sense of political direction among the youth, and the masses can follow him. That is the truth. So because of that, Babu Owino is leaving no chance. He will be using every available opportunity to sell his message. So a warning to Gachagua that an exit of Raila Odinga is not an end to protest, because protest is not a crime. It is enshrined in our constitution. It is our right. It is our democracy. We have to practice it whether he like or not. And that is what Babu Owino is trying to confirm to Gachagua, that the exit of Raila is not an end. Opposition is going to be there, and they are going to be in the forefront to lead. That's why I say that he will be in Nyeri leading protest in case coffee farmers are being overtaxed and not paid well. He will be in Nyeri to lead that protest. That in case tea farmers have not been well paid, wamenyanyaswa, he will be in Nyeri to lead protest. And you see, even from far, the crowd was receiving his message. And in fact, what he's talking about, it is already what is happening in Mount Kenya region. There is protest, there is emerging revolution, there is rejection of Gachagua and Ruto's administration, and therefore you just need one matchstick, you light it, and the entire bush will be fire. Fire is going to spread. It will be a bushfire. And Babu Owino is promising so. So the language that Babu Owino is speaking as of now is a language that has been embraced by the people of Mount Kenya, especially when they discovered that they have a regime that they voted for that is not interested in serving their interest, but instead their own personal interest. Wajua tumbo zao na kile watapata, lakini sio maslahi ya mwananchi wa kawaida. So many have been disgruntled. Many people are now making a decision that it is for them to fight for themselves, but not Gachagua, not William Ruto, not anyone in UDA, because they have shown us that they have an appetite to collect even the last coin in our pocket. They are promoting poverty. How wanaleta umaskini. Poverty has been promoted by this regime. They have destroyed jobs. They have destroyed businesses. They have destroyed our economy, because now our pockets are empty. So anyone who will come to lead the revolution, they will be ready to listen to that kind of a leader. You see, they are now complaining about their land. It is grabbing after grabbing. You know, people are being ejected from their own land. So they are so much bitter. Gachagua has failed to show leadership. And the message is that there is going to be another Baba here in Kenya in the name of Babu Owino. So opposition is still going to exist according to Babu Owino's statement. Sasa watu wasifikiria kwamba wamemalizana na maandamano, wamemalizana na viongozi. So it will be upon people like Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna, and others to make a decision if really they will stand in the gap in opposition and defend the majority of Kenyans, or they will be part of the government. Then you become an oppressor. But we understand, even in one way or another, handshake taught us that you can be in government, but above all, you can negotiate on behalf of your people for their interests to be taken care of. Raila proved this point. So it can still work. So remember, Babu Owino has not just promised for protest. He is promising that if they fail to deliver and they oppress Kenyans, that is when protest will be there. Sasa wamuelewe vizuri. Haja kuja tu na maandamano. Maandamano yake yatakuja kama Gachagua na Ruto hawataelewana jinsi ya kuongoza wa Kenya kwa njia ambayo ni ya sawa, ni ya haki, na sio ya kunyanyasa mwananchi wa kawaida. I think this was one of the first time Babu Owino was directly addressing Gachagua, live on camera, in his presence, and in public. So the message is very clear. Babu Owino should stand strong. But we know for Gachagua there is a problem. If he has used the name Raila Odinga in Mount Kenya to castigate him, sell his candidature, to look like he's a leader, to frame him as the enemy of the community, what will he do at the time when Raila Odinga will not be on ballot? What will he do when Raila Odinga will be busy in Addis Ababa and nothing is doing around here in Kenya? So the people he's going to meet, they are youth like Babu Owino. And Babu Owino is saying that he's ready. They are ready to take over the leadership from people like Gachagua. So that means that he's going to be on the ballot to oppose Gachagua and the likes of Kenya Kwanza administration. Tutakujia hizo viti. He has promised Gachagua so. So as Gachagua sit pretty, you should know that people are prepared to take on this politics and deal with them decisively and politically.